When it comes to money, let's be honest, most of us are playing the game completely wrong. We're chasing those thrilling wins, taking these huge risks, and we get trapped on a total emotional roller coaster. But what if you could change the game entirely? What if you could stop being just another player at the table and start thinking like the one who actually owns it? The casino. So, this is really the big question you gotta ask yourself. When you look at your finances, are you just playing the game or are you actually designing it? Are you the gambler, just hoping for that lucky break, or are you the house with a system that's built to win? The answer, well, it changes everything. All right, so first let's break down the approach most people take, a lot of the time without even realizing it. We're talking about the gambler's mindset, and it's a strategy that's all about playing against the odds instead of using them to your advantage. So what does this gambler look like in real life? Well, it's that part of us that makes financial moves based on pure emotion. We get super excited with a win, totally crushed by a loss, and our decisions are driven by hope and luck, not some calm, repeatable strategy. And I bet these actions sound a little familiar, right? The gambler is always chasing the next big thing, that super hot crypto coin, that meme stock that's all over social media. Every single move is driven by the fear of missing out or that thrill of a potential quick win. It completely ignores any kind of sound long-term plan. Okay, enough about the problem. Let's pivot to the solution, becoming the house. This is the really powerful shift where we stop fighting against the odds and we start playing with them. We put probabilities squarely on our side. And this sentence right here just says it all, doesn't it? A casino owner isn't sitting in the back room crossing their fingers hoping a player loses. They don't have to. They've designed a system where, over thousands and thousands of plays, the house is mathematically guaranteed to come out ahead. It's a game of design, not a game of luck. And when you put them side by side, the contrast couldn't be more clear. The gambler acts on emotion. The house acts on math. The gambler hopes for a win. The house designs a system for winning. And while the gambler is chasing that short-term thrill, the house is just calmly building long-term, sustainable wealth. So how does this actually work in practice? I mean, how does the house build this unbeatable system for winning day in and day out? Let's break down the rules they follow. It really all comes down to four powerful but pretty simple house rules. First, you automate. The house takes emotion out of the equation by making its process mechanical. You do the same thing by automating your investments. Second, diversify. A casino has tons of tables and games. You should have a diversified portfolio. Don't bet it all on one number. Third, you gotta stake smart. The house sets table limits to control its risk. You should never, ever risk more than you can comfortably afford to lose on any one play. And finally, and this might be the most important rule of all, you have to stay in the game long enough for probability to work its magic for you. And this is the absolute heart of the casino mindset. Look, the house doesn't care if it loses a single hand of blackjack. It knows some players are going to have big wins. That's just part of the game. What it cares about is that over thousands of hands, that tiny mathematical edge ensures it will always, always come out on top. Your goal isn't to win every hand, it's to win over time. But the casino has this one advantage that feels almost unfair, an ultimate edge that basically guarantees its success. And you know what the best part is? It's an edge that every single one of us can use in our own wealth building. So what is this secret weapon? What is the single most powerful force that makes sure the house wins in the long run? It's time. That's the secret. Time is the ultimate house edge. It's the one ingredient that allows probability and compound interest and market averages to just work their quiet magic. For the gambler, every tick of the clock is an enemy. It creates anxiety. But for the house, time is the ultimate ally, smoothing out all the wins and losses and guaranteeing the system works. So let's bring this all together into one simple, practical tool you can use. Adopting the casino mindset really starts with reframing the very questions you ask yourself before you make any financial decision. The difference here is everything. The gambler is addicted to the immediate, asking, will this make me rich tomorrow? It's a question that comes from impatience and hype. But the house is playing a completely different game. It asks, will this make me wealthy forever? Now, that's a question rooted in systems, in sustainability, and in a real long-term strategy. So this is it. This is your key takeaway. Before your next big financial move, whether it's buying a stock, investing in a project, whatever,
Just pause for a second. Ask yourself this one simple question. Am I thinking like a gambler right now, or am I thinking like the house?
And that's really the bottom line. It's not just some saying they use in the movies. It's a fundamental law of systems and probability. When you stop gambling against the odds and you start building a system that puts the odds in your favor, you become the house. And in the long run, the house always wins.